starts then on pole position for the 46th time in his career. It's lights out, and away we go. Ricciardo got away well. There's a stalker at the back. It looks like the Toro Rosso of sight. Sebastian Vettel leads them into turn one, followed by the Red Bull. Kimi Räikkönen makes it into third. Danny Kvyat gets a little bit squeezed. Lewis Hamilton ahead of Nico Rosberg. Rosberg being pressurised there by Valtteri Bottas. Bottas, if he gets good traction, might get Rosberg into turn five as Vettel now leads Ricciardo, Räikkönen, Kvyat, and Hamilton and Rosberg, who does stay ahead of Bottas. There's another great start from Nico Hülkenberg at the Force India, already made up a few places, and we stream now through onto Raffles Boulevard.
And Bottas then very close indeed to Rosberg. Rosberg parking his car in the middle of the track down into turn 7. They were all very cautious indeed.
Oh, and almost Sergio Perez running into the back of his teammate Nico Hülkenberg there. How they managed to avoid each other, I do not know. It's Max Verstappen who's running at the back. Carlos Sainz did manage to get away. It was his teammate Verstappen being cheered by the fans but being pushed by the marshals. He will not like that at all. Fernando Alonso is up into 11th place as they go through now on the Anderson Bridge to the newly reprofiled turn 13, locking up all the way here, Martin.
Yeah, full load, tyres not up to full operating temperature, and the brakes not really there yet either. Cars will be a bit of a handful. You can see how hard they're hitting the ground with the skid blocks as the downforce pushes the cars into the ground, and then add in a bit of braking, a bit of weight transfer to the front as well. You'll see them sparking for a while.
Has to be said, look at the lead that Sebastian Vettel's got so far. And when I say look at the lead, imagine it. You barely saw him in the picture there. He is already streaking clear of Daniel Ricciardo in second place. It's back to 2013 all over again. He's that far clear, but this time he's in the red of Ferrari and crosses the line to Sebastian Vettel with a lead over Daniel Ricciardo of 3 seconds. 1 second for each mile of the first lap.
He must have carried 5 miles an hour more through that final turn as well. So much confidence. This is where we remember Vettel in his championship winning years, isn't it? Just straight on the pace. Incredible. It's really struck me how much the drivers are tiptoeing, how little grip there is out there. And that's Perez did an incredible job not to crash into his teammate as Verstappen finally gets away. What a shame, because he's been exhilarating, exceptional all weekend, hasn't he, in terms of raw speed?
Absolutely. He is a lap down though, sadly. He's got to start unlapping himself, but he might get the chance a little bit later on, and now settles into what is a 61 lap race, where we're going to be nudging the 2-hour mark. Vettel leads from Ricciardo, Räikkönen in third. As you see there, Kimi Räikkönen going through behind the Red Bull. Then comes Danny Kvyat, then the 2 Mercedes of Hamilton and Rosberg, Bottas, and then the Force Indias of Hülkenberg and Perez, who, as you said, Martin, perilously close to each other. After a disappointing qualifying, that would have just put the full seal on the weekend, and they run into the back of each other. On board with Kimi Räikkönen, slightly downhill into turn 14 in the braking zone. And he's doing a good job keeping tabs with Ricciardo here, and of course on the next lap start to get DRS assistance if he can just get another couple of tenths of a second into Ricciardo's advantage. He will be behind it sufficiently for that drag reduction system to take effect.
Button's had a difficult first lap or two. He's been passed by Marcus Ericsson in the Sauber, and Rossi ahead of Stevens as well. Verstappen bringing up the tail more than a lap, and there are the 2 Mana Marussias, and that's the advantage. He's nearly got the full pit straight advantage at the moment.
And we're only 2 laps into the race, 4.4 seconds the advantage, and a lot of it coming on the Raffles Boulevard straight. The Ferrari engine quite a lot quicker than the Renault engine. On board now with Kimi Räikkönen, who is exactly a second behind Ricciardo, going through the DRS detection zone.